Margaret Tillman had lived in the Fairview Senior Residence for 5 years. She was 83, widowed for 2 decades, and had no surviving family. But what Margaret lacked in relatives, she made up for with dignity, a crisp memory, and a quiet strength that carried through her soft, deliberate voice. Every day after breakfast, she sat in the same wooden chair by the third-floor window. It was a modest spot, worn cushion, chipped frame, but it had the best view. From there, she could see the little garden out back, the winding trail beyond it, and the families who passed with strollers and golden retrievers. She never missed a morning. New residents came and went, staff rotated often, but Margaret remained, still, sharp, observant. Until one day her chair was taken. Not stolen. Not reassigned. Simply occupied by a new resident named June Everett. June had arrived just a week earlier, all fury and noise. Unlike the others, she didn't go quietly into old age. She complained loudly, demanded attention, and resented everything, especially the rules. And yet she was fragile. Her husband had died just a month prior. Her sons never visited. Her arthritis screamed with every step. When Margaret arrived that morning to find June in her chair, the staff offered to remove her, but Margaret declined. "It's only a chair," she said softly. "Let her have it." She moved to a couch nearby. Not as good a view, not as much sunlight, but she smiled through it. Day after day, June kept the seat. Never once said thank you. Margaret never asked for it back. Then one morning, something changed. June approached Margaret after breakfast and sat beside her without a word. For minutes, they just watched the birds in silence. Finally, June spoke. "Why didn't you fight me for the chair?" Margaret sipped her tea. "Because maybe you needed it more." That was it. The next morning, they sat together. Then the next. And the next. Margaret shared stories about her husband, a quiet postman who once wrote her a letter every day for a year. June shared stories about hers, a jazz musician who never made it big but could make anyone dance. Their conversations drew in others. Soon, the third-floor lounge became the most vibrant room in Fairview. Residents gathered there not just for the view, but for the company, for the laughter and the memories and the sense that someone cared enough to listen. June softened. Margaret glowed. The two women became inseparable. Not in a dramatic, codependent way, but like two old oaks standing side by side, each stronger for the other's presence. When Margaret fell ill later that year, June was by her side every day. She died peacefully in her sleep, in her favorite floral nightgown, with the morning sun spilling across her bed. At the funeral, June spoke in a voice steadier than anyone expected. "She gave me her chair," she said, "but what she really gave me was a place to heal." Months later, the staff placed a plaque on the window ledge. "Margaret's chair, a place where kindness Saturday." Sometimes the smallest sacrifice, a chair, a gesture, a moment, can become the beginning of someone else's healing. True kindness doesn't ask for credit, it simply creates space.